Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special episode here of Crit Happens here on Spotify and our website, crithappens.live. Let's pop in and say hello to everybody. Tonight we've got Dan, Archie, and Patty. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. So
Hello.
for those normal viewers of the show, listeners of the show, you do know that Archie and Patty are regulars. We do want to welcome in an emergency guest of Crit Happens today. My buddy Dan over from Starcade was on the show a couple weeks ago and figured I'd return the favor. So everybody say hello to Dan.
Hello. Hi,
Hi,
everybody.
Dan.
Thanks so much for
Hello.
having me.
Hi,
Yeah,
Dan.
so real quick, Dan, if you want to give a quick plug of your show, what it's about, it's a great show. I'll tell you what, it was a lot of fun to participate in.
Oh, thank you. You were a really great player. So it's a show called Starcade. We're at Starcade Show on YouTube and pretty much everywhere. It's basically a game show with sort of the vibe of like a Mario Party. So it's very unserious. We play a bunch of different random mini games each episode, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. We have 2 episodes coming up back to back in a couple weeks from now. So find us at Starcade Show on YouTube.
Yeah, and of course we'll link their YouTube on our website as well. Tonight, like I say, each week we put out a poll of who's going to be available at what time, and what day, and we settled on Mondays. However, the last couple of times have been a no go. It's spring, it's getting towards summer. People are getting busy, things are going on in their lives. So I figured we needed to get an episode of something recorded because I need to keep people listening to the show. So I have done the unthinkable, and I have converted this show into a game show for today. As we are going to play everybody's favorite game, Jeopardy! Yay! So, how this will work, typical Jeopardy. I have 2 rounds of Jeopardy, Force Jeopardy, and then Double Jeopardy, Final Jeopardy at the end as well. And categories are based on anything D&D related, nerd related, what have you. I spent quite a long time accumulating this board. So, let's go ahead and figure out who is going to be going first. I am thinking of a number between 1 and 100. We'll start with Dan.
Let's go 67.
Patty.
32.
Okay, and Archie.
Wow. So like exactly 1/3. I guess I have to go with 68.
Okay, well, unfortunately for you, Archie, Dan's only known me for the better part of about 3 weeks, and he already knows what I'm thinking. The number is, in fact, 67.
Of course.
Because I am an 11-year-old child. So, all right. So we will go ahead, start with Dan. Let's go ahead and run down what the board's going to look like here tonight. Let's start with spell slots and bad decisions. Come on, Spencer. We've done this many times. Okay. Save and suffer. Dick bosses. Calling all rules lawyers. School of spells. And grab bag. That will be a category in which it's still nerd related, but could be quite literally everything. So, like I said, Dan, it is your board. Let's go ahead and begin.
I feel like everybody on this has a lot more D&D knowledge than I do, just based off of what you guys do. So let's start with grab bag for 200.
You got it. Grab bag for 200. This Marvel character became a sorcerer supreme after a car crash ended his surgical career. Dan.
Who is Doctor Strange?
That is correct. Who is Doctor Strange? And just making sure, Patty and Archie, you guys have your buzzers up as well. You can use them, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I think. I guess I didn't click the button.
Honestly, I didn't check before we began. So
I got a little delay on it, but yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right. So Dan, it is still your board.
Yeah, let's do grab bag 400.
Grab bag for 400. Answer. This Marvel medal appears in Captain America's shield and Black Panther's suit. Dan.
What is vibranium?
That is correct. What is vibranium? 2 for 2. These are toss-ups. Easy ones. Got to get the blood flowing. Dan.
Yeah, let's keep going. 600.
600. Answer. This Star Wars planet is home to both Anakin Skywalker and Luke Skywalker. Dan.
What is Tatooine?
That is correct. What is Tatooine? All right. Dan, still your board.
Let's do 800.
800. This actor played both Gandalf in Lord of the Rings and Magneto in the X-Men films. Patty.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, brain fart. I'm sorry. Who is Ian McKellen?
That is correct. Who is Ian McKellen? Moment of panic for just a slight moment. All right, Patty, it is your board.
I'll take grab bag for 1,000.
Grab bag for 1,000. We're ending out the category. This Marvel villain created Ultron in the MCU, though Hank Pym created him in the comics.
No clue.
Dan.
Who is Thanos?
That is incorrect. Patty, any guess? Archie?
No, I have no idea.
The wording, because of the events that are about to happen in Doomsday. Nobody knows. Tony Stark.
Oh, okay.
He did create Ultron, and he is going to be a villain in Doomsday, whether or not that is actually Tony Stark. And I'm just jumping the gun. We'll see.
Oh.
Yeah, it threw me off.
Okay, that threw me for a second. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Patty, it is still your board, so go ahead and pick another category.
I will let's go with spell slots for 200.
Spell slots and battle decisions for 200. This first level spell adds 1d4 to attack rolls and saving throws for up to 3 creatures. Archie.
That's bless.
That is correct. What is bless? All right, Archie on the board.
Oh yeah, are we supposed to be doing it with the phrasing of Jeopardy?
I'll give everybody a 1 free pass. Next time you might not be so lucky, but we'll see. All right, Archie, it is your board. Go ahead and pick the next question.
All right. I think I want to see calling all rules lawyers for 1,000. I bet this is going to be the weirdest question on the board.
Calling all rules lawyers for 1,000. Under 2014 5e rules, if you cast a spell as a bonus action, this is the only kind of spell you may cast your action with on the same turn. Archie.
Is that a leveled spell?
That is incorrect. Dan or Patty? Dan.
Shot in the dark. What is a reaction spell?
That is incorrect. Patty? Nope, she's shaking her head. No. All right.
Oh, I think I said the opposite of the answer.
Yep, the answer is, what is a cantrip with a casting time of 1 action? So I think you were thinking the other side there, Archie.
Yeah, that it cannot be a leveled spell.
But it is still your board.
School of Spells for 200.
School of Spells for 200. Fireball belongs to this school of magic. Archie.
It is evocation.
That is correct. What is evocation? All right, Archie.
Oh, I don't want to keep picking.
This is so much pressure.
School of Spells for 400.
School of Spells for 400. Counterspell and Dispel Magic belong to this protective and negating school. Archie.
What is abjuration?
That is correct. What is abjuration? A word that I would not be able to spell, even if I had a gun to my head. All right, Archie, still your board.
Let's keep going down the line. School of Spells for 600.
School of Spells for 600. Animate Dead belongs to this school, tied to life force, death, and undeath. Archie.
What is necromancy?
That's correct. What is necromancy?
What is necromancy anyway?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. All right. Archie, still your board.
Let's keep going down the line. 800.
800. School of Spells. Teleport and Misty Step belong to this school, focused on movement through space.
I can't think of the name of this one.
Dan.
I'm gonna do a shot in the dark here. What is Oh no, I was gonna say teleportation, but teleport's the word. Oh no. Oh, I don't know. What is arcane?
That is incorrect. Patty or Archie?
It would be
All
a
right.
stab in the dark, and I don't want to
Yeah.
lose points.
True. Time is up. What is conjuration? All right. Archie, it is still your board. You want to round up the category?
Yeah, let's finish it off.
Beautiful.
School of
All right.
Spells for
School of
1,000.
Spells for 1,000. Modify memory belongs to this school, focused on influencing minds and perception. Archie,
Is that illusion?
that is incorrect.
Oh,
Patty or Dan, I can see the fireworks going off in Dan's brain.
I don't want to get any lower than
No,
negative
yeah.
1600.
True. All right. Time is up. What is enchantment?
that was my second guess.
Yep. All right. Archie, it is still your board.
I guess let's start going up. Rules lawyer. Start with
Alright.
800.
Okay, calling our rules lawyers for 800. This rule lets a creature move through a hostile creature's space only if size difference is at least 2 categories.
All right, I'm gonna hazard a guess.
Archie,
Is that squeezing?
is incorrect.
Ah, been playing too much Pathfinder lately.
Yeah. Patty,
What is sneaking?
is incorrect. Dan,
I know this is wrong, but I can't get it out of my head. And this might not even be from D&D. What is Fury of the Small?
no, that is incorrect, but a hilarious and I love the answer. It is just moving around other creatures. That is the title of the
Oh.
rule. Yep.
Oh.
Yep. All right, Archie, still your board.
All right, let's try the next rules lawyer question.
600. This rule gives disadvantage on ranged attacks when a hostile creature is within 5 feet.
That's another one that I'm sure I'm gonna say the Pathfinder thing and not the D&D thing. I'm not sure what the title of the rule would be, actually.
Right. Time is up. What is ranged attacks in close combat? It is not a melee weapon. It is a ranged weapon.
All right.
All right. Archie, still your board.
Let's switch it up to save and suffer for 200.
Save and suffer for 200. This save most often resists poison, disease, exhaustion, and many body-altering effects. Archie.
A Constitution save.
That is correct. What is Constitution saving throw? All right. Archie, still your board. Now going back towards positive.
Yeah, getting there maybe. Save and suffer for 1,000.
Save and suffer for 1,000. Jumping the gun. This condition removes the target from action, makes attacks against it have advantage, and turns hit within 5 feet into criticals if attacker is close enough. Archie.
I believe that is paralyzed.
That is incorrect.
Oh,
Dan.
What is prone?
That is incorrect. Patty, take a guess for 1,000. Nope. Time is up. What is unconscious?
Oh.
oh, okay.
All right. Archie, still your board.
Save and suffer for 800.
Save and suffer for 8. This condition makes the target unable to move or speak, fails strength and dexterity saving throws, and grants criticals from hits within 5 feet. Dan.
What is knocked prone?
That is incorrect.
Damn.
Patty or Archie? Patty. You are muted. Yep.
Sorry. What is hold person?
That is incorrect. Archie?
Is this one paralyzed?
That is correct. What is
All right.
paralyzed? I was like, if Archie doesn't guess paralyzed, he's gonna kick himself from here to kingdom come. All right, Archie, still your board.
Save and suffer for 600.
Save and suffer for 6. This condition gives advantage to attacks from within 5 feet, while the victim's attacks have disadvantage. Patty.
What is blinded?
That is correct. What is blinded? All right. Patty, can you take control of the board?
I'll take spell slots for 400.
Spell slots for 400. This second level spell creates 3 illusionary duplicates, each one making attacks against the caster less reliable. Archie.
Mirror image?
That
What is mirror
correct.
image?
What is mirror image?
I knew that one.
Yep. All right, Archie, you take control of the board.
Let's do spell slots for 600.
Spell slots for 600. This third level spell blocks sounds, prevents verbal components, and shuts down many casters inside the area. Archie.
What is silence?
That is correct. What is silence? Gotta be quick on the draw, my friend.
Damn.
All right, Archie.
Spell slots for 800.
Spell slots for 8. This
on,
fourth
back in
level
positive.
spell moves a willing creature to a safe extra dimensional space until the spell ends. Dan.
What is banishment?
That is correct. What is
Oh.
banishment? We're back, baby. All right, Dan, control the board's yours.
Yeah, let's finish it up. 1,000.
All right. This fifth level spell forces a wisdom saving throw, charms the target on failure, and gives limited control over a humanoid. Dan.
What is control person?
That is incorrect. Archie.
What is dominate person?
That is correct. What is dominate person? There we go. Archie, back in the positives. Board is yours.
All right. Save and suffer for 400.
Save and suffer for 4. This save often resists charm, fear, domination, and mental control. Archie.
What is a wisdom saving throw?
That is correct. What is a wisdom save? All right.
Didn't the last one have it all spelled out?
It did. All right. Archie, board's yours.
Let's finish up calling all rules lawyers for 400.
400. This action lets a creature avoid opportunity attacks for the rest of the turn. Archie.
What is disengage?
That is correct. What is disengage? All right. Round out the category there, Archie.
Yep.
All right. This action trades attacks for a bonus to AC until the start of the character's next turn.
I don't recall the name.
Time is up. What is dodge?
Dodge.
Oh.
The very underused action in a lot of cases. All right, Archie, one category left. Where do you want to start?
Let's start at the top with 200.
All right, Dick Bosses for 200. This dragon breathes fire and loves domination, treasure, and high ground.
I thought that was all of them.
Yeah.
Is it like a specific proper noun dragon or like a variety of dragon?
Patty.
Patty's got an answer.
I'm gonna take a guess. How about a red dragon?
That is correct. What is a red dragon?
All right.
All right, Patty, board's yours.
Dick Bosses for 400, please.
Bosses for 4. This undead tyrant from Ravenloft rules Barovia from Castle Ravenloft. Dan.
Who is Strahd?
That is correct. Who is Strahd von Zarovich, excuse me. All right. Dan, board's yours.
600.
600 Dick Bosses. This creature from Greyhawk has become one of D&D's most feared gods and artifacts.
I have no idea.
Patty or Dan?
I don't know.
All right, time's up. Who is Vecna?
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yes. All right, Dan for 8.
800.
All right, Dick Boss. That is the daily double. So
Whoa.
Dan, you have negative $4,000. You can go all the way up to, we'll say, half that, 2,000.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
I literally cannot. Just yeah.
Sure.
All in.
2,000. Oh, it'll only do 200. It looks like. So we'll say 200.
Okay.
That's
That
weird.
might make the
what
difference.
max
Who
do? Oh, it
knows?
does say 1,000. Okay, we'll do 1,000. All right. This archdevil rules Nessus and stands at the top of the 9 hells.
Who is? I have no idea. I don't know.
No.
Satan.
Satan. That is incorrect. Who is Asmodeus? All right. We'll round out, kind of figure out round 1. This demon prince is tied to madness, spirals, and the Underdark. In the Underdark, in out of the abyss. Upside down, don't you think? Dan.
What is a Demogorgon?
That is correct. What is the Demogorgon? All right. So after round 1, let's
It's anybody's game.
It's anybody's game. Dan is absolutely killing it. We've got Archie in the lead, 1,400. Patty sitting at a cool 0, and Dan going for the record at negative 4,000.
I'm gonna owe you points by the end of this game.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it just Venmo is in the no. All right, so let's go ahead and move right into Double Jeopardy, starting with Monster Mash, Brain Buffet. Roll for damage. I will give you the damage dice of a certain action or spell, and you'll have to tell me what that action or spell is. Multiversal Madness, Magic Items Mysteries, and of course, because we are all nerds in this chat, who's that Pokemon? All right, so we will start with the player in last place. That will be Dan. So go ahead and board's yours.
Who's that Pokemon? 400.
All right, who's that Pokemon? Archie.
That's Probopass.
Well, it's Probopass. That is correct.
Oh.
I'd
All right.
recognize that schnoz anywhere.
that schnoz anywhere. All right.
Let's do the opposite corner of the board. Monster Mash for 2,000.
All right. This huge aberration enslaves minds, remembers ancient empires, and has mucus tied to water breathing. Archie.
What is an aboleth?
That is correct. What is an aboleth?
Never played a game with one of them, but they sound cool.
They sound awful. All right. Board's still yours.
Monster Mash for 1,600.
Smash for 1,600. This fiend has magic resistance, barbed hide, and hurls flames from the 9 hells.
I can picture it. I can't remember the name. Oh, now I do.
Archie.
What is a Tarask?
That is incorrect.
Oh, that's incorrect.
Patty or Dan? I'm seeing the no face.
No, I got
Let me
nothing.
go back
I guess
to
there are
the
probably
thing.
a lot of fiends with magic resistance, aren't there?
What is a Barb Devil? All right. Archie, board's still yours.
My confidence has been dashed. Let's go back to who's that Pokemon for 800.
Who's that Pokemon for 800? Who's that Pokemon?
Oh my god, I can see him.
Archie.
It's the Glalie?
That
I
is
don't actually know if that's the
correct.
correct way to pronounce it.
I believe that is the way you pronounce it, Glalie. Or Glally, whatever. That's correct. All right, Archie, board's yours.
Magic item mysteries for 400.
Magic item mysteries for 400. This uncommon item stores far more inside than its outside size suggests, but mixing it with similar spaces causes disaster. Dan.
What is bag of holding?
That is correct. It is a bag of holding. All right. Dan, board's yours.
Let's do magic item 800.
Magic item for 8. This rare cloak gives disadvantage to attack rolls against you and advantage on stealth rolls in dim light or darkness.
Almost sounds like Cloak of Invisibility, but I know that's not what that.
That's what I was leaning
Does.
towards.
Time is up. You're close. What is a cloak of elvenkind?
Ah.
Yes. One of my favorite items in the game. All right, Dan, board's still yours.
Let's do 1200 for magic item.
All right. This legendary sword is sentient, lawful good, and wants to destroy undead.
I don't know any of the sentient weapons.
I've had this item once, and it didn't end very well. But yeah. All right. What is the Sword of Kaz? Played with it one time. I immediately lost it and died. So, Dan.
Let's go back to who's that Pokemon?
Who's that Pokemon for 12? Who's that Pokemon? Dan.
Who is Slowpoke?
That is correct. Who is Slowpoke?
I need some Gen 1s.
Ready to Gen 1. Let's go. All right, Dan.
Let's do 1600 for Pokemon.
All right. Who's that Pokemon? Archie.
Who is Rotom?
That is correct. Who is Rotom? All right.
Backside of Rotom. I wasn't
The
expecting
backside.
that.
Yeah. All right. Archie, board's yours.
Let's finish up Pokemon for 2000.
All right. Who's that Pokemon?
Oh, there's a couple birds that look
Dan.
like that.
Who is Ho-Oh?
That is incorrect. Archie.
Who is Fearow?
That is correct. Who is
Oh,
Fearow?
the backside
Who's
of Fearow.
backside?
I
That's-
wouldn't have been able to tell the difference between the two, so I'm glad you took the 50-50.
Honestly, when I was making this, up until because I just used the who's that Pokemon generator, and I was like, oh, I totally know that. That's Moltres, and I said, who's that Pokemon? It's Fearow. I was like, oh shit,
Yeah, there's a lot of
Nice.
birds that look kind of like that.
I
Yeah.
suck at this game. All right, Archie, board's still yours.
Let's go back to Monster Mash for 1200.
All right, Monster Mash for 1200. This undead creature reduces maximum hit points with life drain. Dan,
What is a vampire?
that's incorrect.
I'm not sure what has life drain.
Patty or Archie? See, it knows.
I think it'd be better not to guess.
All right. What is a wraith?
Oh my god, that was my
Ah.
second guess.
I was tempted to guess Shade, but that's
Yep.
not the same thing.
Nope. All right, Archie, board's still yours.
Monster Mash for 800.
Monster Mash for 800. This aberration fires eye rays and shuts down magic with its central eye.
There are a couple things similar to
Dan,
like in this
What
category.
is a beholder?
that is correct. What is the beholder? He's coming back, folks.
I'm aiming for 0. Come on.
You're aiming for 0. All right. Dan, board's yours.
Yeah, we'll just finish it off. 400.
All right, 400 Monster Mash. This classic monster looks like furniture, a chest, or a door until prey gets close enough. Archie.
What is a Mimic?
That is correct. What is a mimic? All right. Archie, board's back to your control.
Let's try Brain Buffet for 400.
Brain Buffet for 400. This planet is the largest in our solar system. Dan
What is Jupiter?
is correct. What is Jupiter? All right. Board's yours.
Yeah, let's do 800. Brain Buffet.
800 Brain Buffet. This ancient wonder in Egypt is the only one of the original 7 wonders still standing. Dan.
What are the pyramids of Giza?
He's coming back, folks. What is the Great Pyramids of Giza?
Get me
All
away
right.
from D&D, and I can
Get
do
me
better.
away from D&D and everything will be fine. All right, Dan.
Yeah, let's do 1200.
He's found his category, folks.
Yeah.
All right. This element has the chemical symbol Fe. Patty.
What is iron?
That is correct. What is iron? All right. Patty, board is yours.
Brain buffet for 1600.
Brain buffet for 16. This country gifted the Statue of Liberty to the United States. Dan.
What is France?
Here we go, folks. What is France? We're coming back. All right. Finish the category?
Yeah, Brain Buffet.
Let's do it.
2000.
All right. This author wrote 1984 and Animal Farm. Archie.
Who is George Orwell?
That is correct. Who's George Orwell? All right, Archie, board is now yours.
Let's try roll for damage 400.
Roll for damage for 400. 8d6 fire damage in a 20-foot radius sphere, and a dexterity saving throw for half damage. Archie.
That sounds like a fireball.
I didn't say how big the room was. I said I cast fireball. All right, Archie.
Let's keep going down the line.
Here we go.
Roll for damage for 800.
3d10 necrotic damage on a ranged spell attack. The target cannot regain hit points until your next turn.
I've got
Patty.
3 guesses.
What is drain life?
That is incorrect.
It's not one of the spells I use, and I know there's like 3 of them that almost do the same thing.
Time is up. What is Kill Touch? All right. Archie, board's still yours.
Let's check out Multiversal Madness for 400.
Multiversal Madness for 400. This Star Wars villain once served as Anakin Skywalker before becoming the Emperor's enforcer. Dan.
Who is Darth Vader?
That is correct. Who is Darth Vader? All right. Board is still yours.
Yeah, let's do 800 multiversal.
All right. This Marvel villain uses the Infinity Stones to erase half of all of life. Dan.
Who is Thanos?
It was Thanos. That is correct. All right. Keep going.
Yeah, 1200.
Let's go. This DC city protects its worst criminals inside Arkham Asylum. Dan.
What is Gotham?
He's over 0, folks. Here we go.
I should just stop talking now and not put a risk on
Save it.
myself.
Yep. All right. Board's still yours, sir.
Yeah, let's do 1600.
You got it. This fantasy series follows Geralt of Rivia, Ciri, Yennefer, and monsters tied to contracts. Dan.
What is The Witcher?
That is correct. What is The Witcher? All right. Finish the category?
Let's finish it up.
All right. This sci-fi franchise features Paul Atreides, excuse me for mispronunciation, Arachnus, Spice, Sandworms, and the Bene Gesserit. Dan.
What is Dune?
He wins the entire category, folks. What is Doom? We got to get Dune, and we got a game. Clean sweep. All right.
Boy, it's good to be on the other side.
What's the weather like over here on the positive side? All right, board's yours.
Let's do magic item mysteries for 16.
All right. This artifact has different powers based on drawn cards, with results ranging from wealth to ruin. Archie, ruined my life.
What is the deck of many things?
That is correct. Shout out to Savara, who likes to make my life a living hell with her deck of many things. Good Christ. All right. Archie, board's still yours.
Let's finish up magic item mysteries.
You got it. This artifact belongs to a famous creature and tempts users with powers, bodily corruption, and disaster.
I guess I have a couple guesses again, and I don't know if it's worth losing points.
You've got a $7,000 buffer. I'm just saying.
It could be a lot smaller in one move.
Patty!
I'm probably going to regret this. What is the hand of Vecna?
That is correct. What is the hand or the eye of Vecna?
Nice.
That is correct. All right. Patty, board's yours.
Roll for damage for 1200.
Roll for damage for 1200. 4d6 radiant damage on a ranged attack spell. And the next attack against this target has advantage. Patty.
Oh no. I know this too. It's one of my favorites.
Yep, and it's on your character. I know it. 10 seconds.
Oh, it's like radiant beam or something.
That is incorrect. Dan or Archie?
I got nothing.
Archie.
What is guiding bolt?
That is correct. What is guiding bolt? I was like, I'm looking at Patty like, oh, she's got to get this one. All right, Archie for 16, I assume.
Sure. Yep.
All right, for 1600, it's the daily double.
Oh boy.
Archie, you have
$1, Bob. Wait, no, that's a different game.
I say go all in. That's all I'm saying.
You could be at $24,000, dude. I'm just saying.
I could be. I think the strategic move is not to, though.
All right, what's your wager?
100, I guess. Is that the smallest I can wager?
$100. You got it. All right. 3d8 thunder damage in a 15-foot cube. A Constitution saving throw, and it's loud enough to be heard by 300 feet away.
What is shatter?
That is incorrect.
Oh no, that's
What is Thunder Wave?
That's the circle. Thunder
Yep.
Wave is the cube.
Yep. All right, and then we will finish out Double Jeopardy here. 10d6 force damage to one creature caught by a glowing bead, and a dexterity saving throw for half damage.
I'm not sure what that one is.
Seeing a lot of blank faces.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Time is up. What is Disintegrate? Very not known spell, but it does a shit ton of damage. All right, so we've reached Final Jeopardy. The category is Nerd History. So, on your guys' controllers, go ahead and wager how many points you'd like to wager. All right, it looks like we've got everybody's in. So let's go ahead and do Final Jeopardy. Here we go. Launched in Japan in 1996, this franchise turned monster collecting into a global cultural force. 30 seconds. Good luck. All right. Let's go ahead and pull up everybody's answers. We will start with Patty. Patty gave the answer of what is Pokemon? That is correct. She wagered all $1,200, bringing her up to $2,400. We'll then go to Dan in second place, who also put what is Pokemon. That is correct. Wagering $3,999, bringing her up to $79.99. And Archie, who also said Pokemon, wagered $1, Bob.
I knew it.
$1,
I knew it.
All right, that is it. Archie will take the game by score $12,000. Dan in second, $79.99. Patty down there in $2,400. All of you will get your $3 and an Altoids mint thing in the mail. But yeah, a fun game. And I've been toying around with the idea of like a game night show for quite some time. And all of a sudden I came across this website and I'm like, this is like the easiest thing ever. And I love Jeopardy. I'm too stupid to play Jeopardy, but like I can play pop culture Jeopardy because it's a lot of like questions that I know. But once you get into in 1943, This person was the architect for this really unknown building. What is the Louvre? I don't know anything. So, yeah. So perfect. That's really it for tonight's episode of Crit Happens. I mean, that was just a test run, really, if you will, of good things to come, I think, on the P3 Podcast Network. So, Patty and Archie, thank you both for joining me from the cast. You all will get an inspiration on the next session. Dan, thanks for coming in kind of on an emergency thing here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
thanks for having us here.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we'll put up a link to all of Starcade's information up on our website, crithappens.show, where you can go and visit them and see some of the shows that's coming up from them, because they've got, like I've told them, they've got quite a good thing going. So
Thank you.
The only place to go is up. So that's all for tonight's episode here of Crit Happens. Thank you so much for watching and listening. For everybody here at the P3 Podcast Network, I am Spencer Hart. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Let's see here. How do I
Bye.
edit this?